All right, so I'm doing this with peach juice, with peaches for the first time, although I've been wanting to do it for a while. I do it with cherry, and I'm going to tell you a couple quick reasons why I do it this way. Um, so, cherry juice, I never even bought peach juice, if there's such a thing. I imagine there is. Um, but cherry juice is very expensive nowadays in a glass bottle, 32 ounces, non-GMO, organic, cold pressed. I used to buy it for $6. Then it was like 7, and the good brands that I like, the flavor and the fact that it was cold pressed and non-GMO, organic, and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes they're getting up to like $8, for dark cherries. So I buy it in a can, which is under $5, and I can recycle the can just like I can recycle a glass bottle. And what I do is I just add water to it, depending on which one I get. It may or may not have sugar added to it. Might be natural. You can do whatever you want. You could add your own, and I just add the liquid water to it till I get a taste that I want. And you can see like this little can of peaches, how much it made. And I added a can of water in that. So I do that with cherries because I like to have cherry juice when I have one of my raw meal replacements, all this vegan stuff. I have a chocolate and I have a mocha flavor, and it goes really good with the dark cherry juice. And what I do is I just add like my scoops here that I'm going to have. Then I fill it about halfway with water, and then I mix it all up. Then I add some peach to see what the taste is, and then I usually top it off with more water. I don't just use this whole thing. You can if you want. So with this peach, this little can is only, 15 ounces. And again, you could buy fresh fruit, but it's going to cost a fortune, and you got to go and peel it and all that kind of stuff. Now, as far as the cherries go, you can say, well, why don't you buy a bag of cherries frozen or buy a bag of cherries fresh? Well, like I say in my other videos, those plastic bags are not recyclable. So it's either buy a glass jar of juice, which you can recycle the glass, or a can, which you can recycle. Those plastic bags, whether fresh cherries or frozen, are not recyclable. And in the summer, when I went to buy a bag of fresh cherries, not to buy it, but just to see what the price was, I almost fell over. $11 for 2 pounds of cherries. That sounds like a lot. 2 pounds is like nothing. A bag of grapes, well, it was like smaller than a version of 2 pounds of grapes. Obviously, because cherries are heavier and denser and they have pits in them. Like $11. Are you kidding me? So I buy a pitted dark cherry non-GMO organic in a can for it was about $4.47. Now it's about $4.86. But still, $5 for a can that I could make into 32 ounces of juice, and instead of buying it for $7, $8, $9. So I'll do it that way. So yeah, that's how I wanted to share that with you. And now this peach is the same. Now obviously, well, this is the first time I've done peach. I'm going to do it up a little bit more. But you can see the peach comes out, probably because of the fibrous that a peach is, comes out like almost like a smoothie. It looks like a smoothie, but it's just peaches and water. Now the cherry juice will come out like cherry. Matter of fact, so there's what's left over of my cherry juice in there. All right, so you can do it like that. And again, this was like maybe $1 some, almost like $2 or just over $2. So again, I buy these because I like to cut them up and put them in my wraps and on my salads and stuff like that. Or if I make like a little dessert with nut butter and I put peaches on top of it. But now that I'm going to do this with the juice as well. Now you can do it like I told you, like you can use it and add it to here. Mostly water. Water is the cleanest and the greatest transporter of all this kind of stuff. And sometimes I just want a little flavor to it instead of just vanilla. That's why I like the peach or the cherry. And you can do it up. And like I said here, you can use this in any way you want. You could, like, instead of throwing all this in the blender, add in peaches and your vitamins and whatever kind of, like, I don't know, like I have, if I make a smoothie, I have like all kinds of seeds all ground up, like chia, poppy, hemp, what else? Chia, poppy, hemp, sunflower seeds, stuff like that. And you can make a big mix of it. But if you just want a nice glass where it's more watery, then you can go this route, and you can just do your peaches up or your cherries up or whatever else that you might think of, and have that juice ready, so you can put an ounce or two in here to give it the flavor and the sweetness. And peach and vanilla go really well if you've never tried it. So yeah, and then you have your base here, and you can do your smoothies or whatever else you want to do with it. All right, so I just want to share that with you because, fruit has been getting up high and expensive as it is, and this is non-GMO and non-BPA and all that stuff. And you can do what you want. You can get your fresh fruit if you want, but it's going to cost probably more than, well, definitely more than doing it this way, and it will cost more than buying the juice itself as well, even if it's fresh, cold pressed, and all that. So do it the way you want, but this is just a quick show of how you can do stuff like this and turn something like this that you can mix with a spoon instead of blending it all up all the time. And then what I do is, as you saw, this will go in a Tupperware, and it's usually probably be gone by a week's time or before a week's time anyway. All right, so I just wanted to share that with you. All right, lots of love to you all. Bye-bye.